Can we find a coffee mug that's made in America? Even if it's a company that announces itself as American made, and such as Harley-Davidson, but yet all their mugs are made in China.
On the eve of the Democratic National Convention in Denver, the Alliance for American Manufacturing held a town hall meeting to discuss how trade with China has cost millions of American jobs and undermines our economic and national security.
So much production has shifted to China that even if you wanted to buy American, even if you wanted to buy everything American, American clothes, American products, American tires, American things for your car, American toys, all of that, you couldn't. It's impossible to do it because we've lost so much manufacturing now.
Scott Paul, AAM's executive director, emphasizes the seriousness of the situation and that the next president and Congress should insist that China play by the rules.
All these advantages and all the shifts of production that we've seen go to China have created a record trade imbalance. Last year alone, the United States had a $256 billion trade deficit with China.
They pegged their currency to the dollar in such a way as to artificially cause their products to be low price in our markets.
The forum hosted a panel discussion that included Dave Anderson from the Coalition for Prosperous America.
Our tax system also embeds a tremendous amount of cost in our products that nobody else pays. They have value-added taxes. We drop our tariffs, they add value-added taxes. We can't compete.
The devastating effects of outsourcing good jobs to other countries not only hurt laid-off workers, but ripples throughout America.
They are sending a lot of the jobs to China and other places. And we're concerned with all our jobs going out of the country into Mexico and other places, good jobs. So we have an awful lot of service jobs that don't pay hardly anything. Families are disintegrating, crime is on the increase.
Kids graduating from college right now can't find jobs that they're qualified for because they're all being exported. Kids can't stay home because they got to leave their hometowns to go look for work that'll pay them a decent wage to live on, and they're still not finding it. There's kids coming from Iraq. That's the reason they joined the services, because there's no jobs.
All we see now in this country is our jobs being sucked out of this country, getting nothing in return for it, and what I call a race to the bottom. So now we're working jobs, or we'll have jobs that are not very valuable, not being very high paid, and so that will of course affect how the economy works in this country.
Chris Nevitt, a councilman representing the city of Denver, explains why it is difficult for America to compete with other countries when it comes to free trade.
We don't have a level playing field. We have a lot of countries where their labor laws are lax, where companies can get away with sometimes literally murder. We can't compete against that. And companies are going overseas to take advantage of that situation. This isn't news to anybody.
We estimate that because of our trade deficit with China, we've lost about 2.3 million job opportunities in the United States over the last 6 years.
Mike Serbo, executive director of Colorado's AFL-CIO, further emphasizes the loss.
Those jobs are gone, and we know they've gone overseas. And it has hurt. Now, we have a thriving service economy in the state, but those jobs just don't make up for the good, high-wage, highly skilled industrial jobs that we lost.
That loss of jobs meant that American workers lost $19.4 billion in wages last year. And think about all the families who could have used that extra money. These are people that had to go into lower paying jobs because their good manufacturing job was either outsourced to China or it disappeared because of unfair trade practices. 31% of these workers had a 4-year college degree. So the idea that a college education insulates you from foreign competition is a false one. 200,000 of these jobs were scientists and engineers, most of them with advanced degrees in manufacturing. So it wasn't only the production that was leaving, it's also the research and development. That's drying up as well, because after the production line leaves, the R&D will follow.
This is an issue that has to do with the national economy for this country, and we need to be able to be skilled in being able to put together a skilled workforce as well in our institutions of higher learning, and we need to do a better job of preparing people in fields where they will make our students more marketable. Engineering, science, medicine.
Richard Eidelin, Business Outreach Coordinator for the Apollo Alliance, offers this possible solution.
We could build a more sustainable long-term economy with what we call broadly shared prosperity by investing in the clean energy sector here, by making products here and distributing them in the United States.
These are jobs, especially for manufacturing. There are a lot of opportunities. I mean, what goes into wind turbines? Steel. Basic things like rubber and steel and glass and other things that steel workers make go into all these products.
Unless we change our policies, as Mike said, we are indenturing our children and their children.
Trade is supposed to offer more choices to consumers. Like you can get apples from New Zealand, or you can get them from Washington State, or you could get avocados from Mexico, or grapes from Chile, or all these other great things. But it's not supposed to take choices away. And that's what our trade relationship with China has been doing.